Welcome to ProjectSight's online training series. If you'd like to learn more about professional services or additional training opportunities, please contact your account manager. Now, let's get started with ProjectSight record settings and lookup lists.
Welcome back to the next video in our segment on ProjectSight administration. This time taking a look at record settings and lookup lists. So once again here, I'm starting out in the portfolio settings. And if you look right here in the middle, you'll see record settings, where you can adjust and customize the settings for each record type. So once on the record settings page, you'll notice that each of the settings are grouped by the different modules within ProjectSight. So first off, I want to take you into a typical layout for a record setting, and for that I'll use action items as an example. Most record types in ProjectSight will have a similar layout of settings. Starting out with your General tab, you have actions such as enabling or disabling that record altogether, or enabling the linking tool to drawings. You also have the auto increment number, so that if I create a new action item, a number is automatically assigned to it. All records will have a similar sharing area below, where I can decide if I want project members to have access to all records of this type or just my project company. Hovering over the information icons will give you more details about each option. Next, you have your field attributes. From here, I can determine the default values for fields such as the created on date or the importance. Notice that some of the fields are already set elsewhere in ProjectSight. Next, I can decide the required fields for creating a new record of this type. And lastly, the minimum length and maximum length or value for the appropriate fields. Next up is the nomenclature. From this tab, you can customize the form, tab, and field nomenclature to better fit your company's naming conventions. I'll go ahead and navigate to Reports. Within the Reports tab, you'll see all of your reports listed out for this record type. Clicking into one, you can edit the title, subtitle, and description. The title and subtitle are both displayed on the printed report. You also have an option to download the report file to open it and customize it in Crystal Reports. At the bottom, we can totally disable or enable this report for use and decide how the printing is defaulted. In the top right here, we have a Create New icon, which prompts us to enter the title, subtitle, and description of this new report, as well as uploading a Crystal Report file type. If you would like more information on how to customize or download to Crystal Reports, please reference the question mark icon here at the top. Next up, we have the workflow. The workflow record setting is used to determine the path from creation to closeout for any record type. You'll first notice that only the color and name of the draft status can be modified. You should also notice the three icons on the next two statuses. Enabling the lock icon will ensure that once this record is moved into this workflow status, no other changes can be made without the appropriate security permission. Enabling the notification icon will ensure that an email is sent to all record participants once this status is initiated. You can also use the trash can icon to delete this item. Clicking the Add New button here will allow you to add a new workflow status. Once created, you can move it to its appropriate place within the sequence. Down at the bottom, you can also decide if you want to add a default assignee every time a record of this type is created. Now at this point, I'm actually going to make our way back to the record settings area and show you some of the more unique record settings within ProjectSight. So we looked at a more common layout for record settings with action items, but some record settings within ProjectSight have unique customization, like our contracts, for example. One thing that should stand out to you right away is the Contract Types tab in between General and Field Attributes. So here I can add my list of contract types or edit existing ones. I can also decide which of these contract types are committing or non-committing to my budget. There are a few other record types with unique settings, so for a more detailed breakout, please reference the question mark here at the top. At this point, I'm going to make my way back to the portfolio settings so we can cover lookups. Lookup lists in ProjectSight are used to customize the various dropdowns that you see within the system. As we saw just a second ago, some unique lookups, such as contract types or even budget lookups, can be found within record settings, but most others are found right here. Notice that the record-specific lookups have the name of the record in front of it, such as action item importance. Other lookups, such as company type, can be found throughout the system and don't need the identifier. One last thing is the ability to import to any lookup list using Excel here in the top right. So this does conclude our video on record settings and lookup lists. Stick around for the last video in our segment where we will take a deep dive into the difference between project and portfolio settings. Thanks for watching.
If you'd like to learn more about professional services or additional training opportunities, please contact your account manager.